So we're in Clovis, California, getting ready to take a look at a toilet leaking here. Just flushed it one time. You can see water rolling out around the base. Hopefully, you can see right there. So we flush and it's rolling out the front. Additionally, they had some kind of creatures living underneath there, kind of crawling in and out. So we'll take a look at that as well. This will just be a straightforward wax ring replacement. As long as the flange is in good shape on the floor, we should be okay. Hopefully it's all plastic. We don't like the metal because they get worn out and then it's hard to mount new or the toilet back down to it if it's damaged. So anyways, we'll get that installed and take another video when we're done. So we're still in Clovis, California. We got the toilet reinstalled. This is an existing toilet Kohler, and I believe the homeowner said it was about 15 years old. Anyway, so multiple problems. The flange is in good shape down there. The bolts, I mean, you can see over here, just based on all what that looks like. I don't even want to put my hands in there, but all the bolts were corroded. So we like to get those replaced. So you can see we had to cut these guys out. That's brass, and they're pretty corrosion resistant. And then, of course, that's stainless steel washer and whatnot. But we had to cut it all out, and in doing that without damaging the toilet, of course, there's one of the old bolts right there. And so we had to cut these on top of these washers so we didn't scratch the porcelain, and can't reuse those. So to put them back in, we just used some putty to stick them there, covered them up. The main thing is to keep water off that, water in liquids, let's put it that way. Whatever liquids you determine that is, keep them off the toilet, off the floor. We did caulk this all the way back in. So what we got, two brand new wax rings. We used the Pro Flow Fluid Masters, or not the Pro Flow, but the Pro Fluid Masters. And we got a reinforced and then a single on top. So plenty of wax in it, sealed correctly. Brand new brass bolts, cut to length. The bolt caps are back on. It's just putty that we put in there just to kind of keep them still. No need to get in there and touch them at all. We didn't have a bolt kit with us or a cap kit with us that has new washers. And like I say, to get this toilet unmounted, we had to cut this one. Both of these, it had a nut up top, right here at the very, very, very top, right there, and it wouldn't budge because it's corroded in place. So we had to cut that off. So that's cut. You can see right on the end, fresh cut, and maybe you can't. Anyway, so both those are cut off, got the toilet off, got new bolts in, wax rings in, caulked it back in all the way around. We usually leave a little gap in the back, but we didn't because the homeowner reported there was little creatures crawling in and out of there. So we sealed it. No way for creatures to get in, get out, whatever. So it's caulked all the way around the back, and so that's good. We did replace the supply line. We like to do that when we work on toilets because this one here is 15, 20 years old. So it's a Watt, so it's a good product, but it's just old. And, it's kinked right here. And anyway, so that's a Fluid Master, and that's a 3/8 by 7/8 by 20 inch braided stainless steel supply line. The shutoff valve is in good shape, no dripping, so that's good. The packing nut's not dripping. And then we did go ahead and replace the fill valve. So this little guy right here, it's a toilet fill valve. And it's, again, Fluid Master, and it was filling really slow, which meant the old fill valve, which is sitting right here, this guy was clogged, and 15 years old, we're not going to work on that. It's the old style. So this one just got a little adjustment right there, up and down, cylinder style float, and so it's filling correctly now. It took about 3-4 minutes for the tank to fill. Now it fills in about 30 seconds, so it's filling correctly, it's shutting off correctly, it's flushing correctly. We're not going to work on this chain. You can see there's quite a bit of play in the lever, but the chain is the old ball style that hooks into a little clip, and we don't like messing with those. The newer ones that come with new flappers, they're much easier to work with. So it flushes correctly. So that guy, you press it down, the whole thing flushes, so it's good. And so I believe we resolved the original issue, which was water leaking at the base, so no more water. Creatures crawling in and out. There's no way to get in and out now. And of course, additionally, we put the supply line and the fill valve in, and everything looks good. Outside of that, this installation is done.